Dear students, you see lesson 7 in history, social chain, mobile and settled communities. Important terms as following: immigration, in fact, itinerant group or transhumans. I also teach you last day. Now read movement of people. Human beings are social animals who need to communication and move to able to survive. Human beings are social animals who need to communicate and move to be able to survive. That is, we are animal, but we are superior animal than other animal. So I told you we enjoy and play with together, each of them. So need to me communicate. Without communicate, we cannot live and not any type of enjoy. So move to be able to survive. They are highly mobile and display their mobility in a number of ways, which may sometimes be periodic or cyclic and sometimes on regular basis. Migration is a specific type of mobility which is a permanent move to a new location. For it happens much less frequently, it produces far more profound change for individual and entire societies. Now, individuals migrate for different regions. We may classify them into push and pull factor and include war, domination, political instability, etc., which force a community to seek refuge elsewhere. Economic factors include starvation, famine, drought, unemployment, etc., which force people to move out of their permanent homes. Adverse environmental conditions like flood, earthquake, etc., destroy home and farmland, forcing people to move out. There have been immigration into India at various levels. These have been long distance and long term immigration, besides short distance and short term immigration. The arrival of Aryans, Indo-Greeks, Shak, Kushal, Hund, Turks, Mughals, etc., and settling in Indian is well documented by history. All such developments had a major impact on the Indian societies. Now, social change. Society undergoes continuous changes. In fact, change is the only constant factor. Social change involves long-term change. either in social structure or cultural characteristics or in both. These changes are reflected in the an ancient, medieval, and modern periods of Indian history. Now you see change in social condition. During the early medieval period, 18th, 8th century and 12th century, 8th to 12th century AD, the Indian society was divided into traditional classes, namely Brahmin, Kayast, Vaishya, Shudra. Sorry, Brahmin, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra. The Brahmin enjoyed a special privilege as Rajput rose to prominence. The Brahmin gained lot of importance. They received tax-free land, grants, and led a luxurious life. They were patronized by the rulers. They interpreted the Vedic text and even rewrote the Dharma Shastra to emphasize their superiority or other caste. As a result, caste rules become more rigid. Various administrative officers include Kharans, clerks, originated themselves as a special class known as Kayastha. Besides, there were untouchables which included castes such as Dhobi, Harjan, Nat, Kevat. Number of tribes like Gonds, Bhils, Santhal, etc. existed at that time. They inhabited the forested hilly region of the Vindhyas, Bihar, Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, and Dakkan. They lived by cultivation, hunting, fishing, etc. Next, Rajput. The Rajput ladies commanded a respect position in the Rajput society. They were honored and protected by their men. They could choose their husband in Swayambara. They were given higher education, including that of warfare. There was no parda system among the Rajput women. Polygamy was prevalent in the Rajput society, but the position of women in other castes was not satisfactory as they were not provided higher education. Polygamy further weakened their status in the family as well as society. Self-immolation, sati pratha, was imposed on the widows. Widow remarriage was a taboo. In the South India during the early medieval period, the Brahmin were held in high esteem by the rulers. They were granted tax-free and called Brahmadeya or Agrahara. The merchant too held a position of prestige by virtue of their wealth. The majority of people were the common people. The majority of people were the common people. The upper caste dominated the lower caste classes and put some restriction on them. They were debarred from entering the temple and were not allowed to draw water from the village wells or tanks. During the Sultanate period, 12th century to 15th century, the Indian society was divided into Hindu and Muslim. It At the beginning, Hindus considered Muslims to impure and untouchable and did not intermix with them, as they were cruelly treated by Muslim conquerors. The Sultan encouraged the conversion of Hindus to Islam by offering them many occasions. All the Hindus had to pay jizya. Hindu to Islam by offering them many occasions, and all the Hindus had to pay jizya. The Hindu society was again divided into principal castes: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, in order to rank and status. There were numerous mixed castes as well. The position of the Brahmin and Kshatriya had deteriorated. The Brahmins no more enjoyed royal patronage, while the Kshatriya had lost political power, which left them highly demoralized. The position of the Hindu women deteriorated further as they had no independent status. Child marriage, along with the Parda system, brought about integration in their condition. Sati was the common but not forced. The institution of Devdasi in the temples, particularly in the south, was in extension. Slavery was fairly common in those days. Muslims enjoyed enslaving Hindu women who were forced to entertain the Muslim court and nobility with the dance and music. Now, next day. Thanks.